Today? Depending on what
Today's the
time
26th.
you're thinking about.
Back to.
Where individuals were shot at senior buns, okay? Got cases to come back to it.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
I was given, so allegedly, I was given the shotgun
What's
by a
this
different
Jim-
guy, okay? Like 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, okay? I promise you to God, I have not used this in a crime. So I don't know what this is coming back to, but this
Well,
is.
if he give it to you 2 or 3 weeks ago, this is today. Then you
Yes,
kind
but
of
that
admit to
doesn't
having
make
possession of the
sense.
gun.
But that doesn't make, because I promise you to God, I have not done anything today. So
What's the report number?
this
Nova,
now
for the
makes
incident?
sense. Whatever crime you are, like I promise you, this is now real.
I'll put the gun through. I've already ran the gun. That's
Like
I'm telling you,
I
there's
know,
two
I
separate
know, I know,
cases.
I know what you're saying is like you run the shit through the system, but I promise to God, like I barely been awake today. Like this is the first shit I've gotten into. I got arrested for
It is
this. Like
today.
it is what it is, but I have not done anything with this gun. I would admit to this if I did this, but bro, I promise to God, I have not done this.
Did somebody else have this gun today?
No, like I said, I was given this gun by allegedly by somebody else. Probably like 3 weeks ago, bro. I've had this thing for a long time. As you can tell, it's very, 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 very worn down.
Well,
I
how
have
has this
not done
happened then?
any.
Give me a scenario as to how this happened.
What?
Like how was your casings in there? How is that
I
possible?
genuinely don't know because I don't know what the case you're talking about. You said something about senior buns. I don't know. I haven't, bro. I've been starving all fucking day, bro. I've been starving all day, bro. The one time I tried to go to the food court, everything was closed, bro. I'm still starving right now, bro. The one time I got food was when I was at Jamal's court case. Because somebody brought food at the court case, I had a little bit to eat, but I promise you, bro, I'm starving right now. I need some food. Like I promise you,
Listen, let's
I
be
swear on my
honest.
life, I'm the type of
Lucky
guy.
out your mouth
Dark,
into
back
this
up.
shotgun,
Like,
huh?
listen, hand on the Bible, bro. I will admit if I did something, I did not do anything at senior runs today. This is a misidentification. I promise you.
I can't
Listen,
give you
I'm the
this.
type of guy, bro. I will admit if I do something, and I will
Can
stand
you get
on 10
that?
toes. But this shit is. Yeah,
Can you get that?
Yeah.
Right,
Thank
okay.
you.
And then you want food as
I need
well.
I need a little bit of food. I'm not very thirsty. I'm like very hungry.
This is from 2 months ago.
Is it?
Look at the report that where it was promoted from. Created by
Oh, because I'm
236
looking at
Jelly
it.
Eyes
Was
2 months ago.
today. Right, so just drop it. Well,
It's out of statute anyway.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Alright,
God,
it's my
that was
bad.
lucky.
I was looking at the date it got
That was lucky.
main thing. So yeah, we'll drop that. That's fine.
I was going to say, actually sounds like he's telling the truth.
So today you're being charged with.
So wait, so what's going
Right
on?
then, Ricky, what are we gonna say on the radio?
I ain't saying nothing, Dark. I'm
Like I
good.
said, listen,
Just say it.
listen.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I like my job. I'm gonna keep my job, and I'm gonna keep
Like,
my
got
mouth
me
shut.
for some shit like that. I promise to God. I
Okay.
have not done anything like that
So
today.
what was different today? What was
Okay.
different?
Well, here's the thing, Louis.
What do you mean,
okay,
what was
so one
different?
time's lawful imprisonment,
Like why
for
did I have to
one time's
why would I have to
arrest,
tell
one
you
time's
to
attempted
shoot the
possession
guy
of
who
a
held me
pharmaceutical
up?
drug, which was the Oxy. One time's reckless
We didn't have the
evasion,
context of exactly what went on.
You know,
That's fine.
after the cash
Yeah,
exchange.
yeah,
One
that's fine.
time's misdemeanor
listen,
possession of moonshine,
I'm
which was
think-
moonshine
Well, I know I
and
didn't.
and one
Ricky
time's
did.
possession
If I was
of-
held up and I told people the
Wow.
description of the core,
Moonshine in your
I
car.
told people what they did to me, I would tell them what the hell I'd want to happen. No? What's stopping me from doing that? You were in the pursuit with the core. You even made calls to beat them down, specifically when their car crashed. If you're going to
Yeah.
do all that, why not just make the call to open fire?
I don't want to be primary on a call where I've been held up. I've had to run around for 10 minutes at the little show block looking for the gun they made me throw away. Why
But
am I
yet
being
you're making
primary
the
on that?
incident on it and everything.
Because I was asked to.
And you were making the calls in the pursuit and everything.
Because nobody else was.
But nobody else was there either to see what happened to you and to know the
I told you
severity
that's
of
what happened.
yeah, that you were held up. But just because someone, listen, I don't know about you, but just because someone's held up all the time doesn't always mean that they want them shot. It depends on who they're dealing with.
Every time a cop gets held up, the people get shot. Unless the person involved is like, no, it's not that serious, don't shoot them.
Well,
Am I
well yes,
wrong?
I mean, I agree, but you never made the call to shoot this.
This stuff is even convoluted for
I'm
me.
not going to be the primary and make that call.
Because I heard it like it's legal up north, but it's
This is not going to happen.
south, like,
And I'm not going to expect
Okay,
someone
well-
who gets held up to be the primary on their own call either.
with a lot of things.
At this point, because they're victims. I'm a victim of this crime. You see, if that goes to court, that a judge might be like, you know,
Okay.
I'm covering my ass.
Like if it's written in law, like only two, like.
So then, why were you even involved in the call at all?
Like,
If that's the case, why are you even there?
I didn't really
If you're the victim of this call.
Okay, so there's another problem with what happened? I don't understand.
Well, no, I'm just asking you. If you're a victim and you think you can't be involved and make that decision, why are you involved at all in the pursuit in anything and in making the calls to
There's a
beat them
big
down and
difference
everything?
between like making a call to use lethal force and just being there to help out.
Because obviously the charges are.
You made the call to use less than lethal force when the car went.
Correct, yes. Because nobody else was saying anything.
It's kind of. I don't.
Like nobody was taking lead of that call.
Well,
So
that's-
what?
that's you charging
We just
them.
let a guy who hold up a cop just carry on doing what they're doing?
No, I don't think that at all. And I originally thought we should shoot them as well, but I was just, I don't know. I was just waiting for you to make that call. I feel like if most officers were held up, they would give the description of the car and then say to shoot that guy.
So if you plead guilty.
Okay, I didn't.
Um,
Did you ask me, Doc, are we
yeah.
shooting these guys? No, you didn't. Did anybody say, let's shoot them? They held up a cop? No, they didn't.
Well, apparently I couldn't ask you because you couldn't make that call, is what you're telling me.
That's stupid.
If I would have
Ricky.
asked you,
You
How
didn't
is
know
that
any.
stupid?
You didn't know any of this context after the fact.
I knew that you were held up and that's it. And I
Yeah.
pursued the car, and I wasn't even the first person there. It was DuPont who was the first person there and saw
Correct.
the car.
Okay, so if I seen you on a report.
So again,
So
I'll ask,
I
why
wouldn't
do-
be the
why-
one to make the call anyway.
so the
But I think if
reason
I was held up,
we didn't
I
shoot
would-
them was because the victim didn't make the call. That's your reasoning.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like
It's a
most
yes
people
or
would have made
no.
that call.
Is the reason
you
you didn't
phrase-
shoot them?
When you phrase it like that you're the victim, yes. But when you also think of it as you being on the chase in it, and you weren't like fucking on the ground bleeding out or something, and you were in the chase actively involved, then I think it's a little different. You were directly in the chase right after the fact, so I think that makes it a lot different.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll
If
agree
you-
to
if you were-
disagree.
I think if you were a victim not involved in the call at all, then yes, like then someone else would have to make that call. But you actively being there, I think it would be you to make that call. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't been an officer as long as you guys have, you know. But I'm just envisioning in my head, right? I'm envisioning in my head if fucking Albert King or Kyle Pred or Tyler Peters get held up by somebody, they're gonna give the description of that car and they're gonna say to gun them the fuck down.
That's nice, and not every officer's the same, right? But like if you had questions like about why you literally said I thought we should be shooting them too. Why don't you just be like, hey Doc, why aren't we shooting these guys? Or do you want us to shoot these guys, Doc? Anything like that?
Well, because I thought you would just make the call if you wanted that to happen, and then you ended up making a call to beat them down. So I thought, okay, there must be something that's not making this call that
That
serious.
was like
where
20
he wants them to
minutes
be
into the
beat
pursuit.
down.
I literally didn't say anything other than comms up until then. What calls did I make up until that point that you made me think, oh, Doc's the primary on this call?
Well, I was pursuing the damn vehicle. I was giving comms on the vehicle.
Answer the question. What calls did I make up until that point that made you think I was the primary on this call?
I mean, you called them out. You called the vehicle. You called what direction they left in.
I didn't do any of that. So you're lying.
What? You literally called out that you were held up.
Yeah, I didn't call out I didn't call out the vehicle and what direction they were leaving. That was the point.
Because you've got moonshine in your car and you're
Okay, I thought that was you.
That's
That's on me then. I thought that was you that called that.
That's the problem.
I just think I don't know why. I don't want the expectation to be set that if I don't know, let's say someone who's not that confident, let's say Victor gets held up on the radio, right? He said, I just got held up, they made me throw my gun. You're gonna trust Victor to lead that call? No, you're gonna be like, shoot
Maybe
those
not, but I
guys.
trust you. I trust you to lead that call.
All right, but you didn't know the context as to why I wasn't one leading the call or two making any calls whatsoever.
I mean, 32 kilograms is, you know.
You could have just asked.
And one is like.
And if you think I could have just asked, then I feel like you could have just said it. If you're telling me if the only thing that's stopping you from making the call was me asking you,
Yeah, and I would have said, hey, I was the one who was held up. I don't think I should be making the calls on this. That would have been my answer.
okay, fair enough. We can agree to disagree. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Whenever you're held up,
I cannot advise you on it. I can only tell you.
That's stupid. I want you going forward to be able to have the balls to make your own calls. Okay?
well, it wasn't my call to make. I wasn't even primary there.
You could have asked. Use your radio.
Again, I wasn't even primary on the call. I
Who
wasn't
was-
there
who
originally.
was
it was
it?
DuPont.
Who
You
was
said
it?
it. It was DuPont. She called out the car and everything.
But why did you ask DuPont?
Why would I have to ask the primary what we're supposed to do? Wouldn't they just tell me to do it?
You said you were thinking to yourself, why aren't we shooting these guys? If that's the case and you haven't heard why we're not
it's not
shooting
my-
these guys,
it's not my
you
job to
asked the
question-
primary.
It's not. No, it is not my job to question what calls primary are making. It's my job to follow the calls that they tell me to do.
If DuPont tells you to jump off a cliff, you're gonna do it?
I mean, if it's a part of my goddamn job,
It's so stupid,
maybe.
Ricky. We don't want pawns on this shift.
and we also don't want people who are overriding primary and asking them all these questions and questioning the calls that they're making.
This is a
Thinking that they're
situation
all
where a
running the
cop has been
call.
held up. We always shoot people. If something's going against the norm, I'd question it.
So you think I should just override DuPont and just question her decision?
Yeah.
I don't
I
agree.
do. Okay, well, listen. Now,
If someone's primary on a call and they make the wrong call, I was told that you just follow that call and you question it later. If anyone's responsible, it's them. But you're supposed to follow the calls that they made.
That's how much it is, yeah.
I don't think DuPont made any calls.
Whether you think it's right or not.
So DuPont didn't make any calls.
But
If
should she
any-
not have been primary if she was the first?
Hold on,
She was
if
the
I
one who
remember,
saw the
wasn't it
vehicle
you
leave.
who said these guys held up a cop, let's get aggressive off the bat and pit them? Didn't you say that?
I did say to get aggressive, yeah.
So you can make calls. Why didn't you make the call to shoot them?
That was a pursuit. That was a pursuit call that I made.
What's the difference between calling a pursuit and a call on a call? What's the
I don't think
difference?
someone needs to be primary to make a pursuit call on PRT. And in the pursuit, I thought we should be more aggressive with. But
I
I'm
think
not
you're,
the primary on
you're
the call
picking
at
and
that point.
choosing which is okay and which is.
I don't think I'm picking and choosing anything.
Okay. All right, Ricky. Can I have a chat with Davenport, please? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Thank
yeah,
you.
go ahead.
All right, then. But what's your? I mean, you've heard all that. What's your thoughts? Yeah.
I can see both sides. I'll be real. We were both standing here in the motor pool while the cars were getting repaired.
Yeah.
And I heard on the radio that you had to throw your gun or something. And that's when I said to Ricky, I think Dark's been held up. He just had to throw his gun or something. And he said, I'm going to go and respond to it. So by the time he would have got there, majority of all the first lot would have happened because we had like 4 or 5 mechanics talking and it was pretty rowdy. So we would have missed a lot of it. I just heard the fact that you threw your gun. By the time I got everyone out of the motor pool to respond, I personally didn't hear anything that was going on up until that point of when I got in the car. And then I think you were already up north chasing it somewhere.
Yeah.
So Ricky wouldn't have been that far in front of me. So I do understand that he may have missed a lot of context at the beginning of the call. But I think if there is a primary that was there like immediately and seen them fleeing, it should be on them to be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And them to lead the call. You know, I don't think we should be the ones
No, I agree. This is the thing.
questioning their decisions. But then I also heard you say, bear in mind, I got there late. So
Yeah.
I heard someone say beat them down. It may have been you.
That was me. But I want to explain why that happened because for 20 minutes in that pursuit, I've just been held up. I didn't want to get involved. I didn't want to be like, you know, I didn't want to be questioned on whether I was being aggressive because I was heated or a
Yeah.
victim or anything like that. So I was just assisting. And
Which
for
is
20
understandable.
minutes, all I heard was Ricky say, the only call I heard made was Ricky say, let's be aggressive with them and pit them. Nothing else. There was, even in the foot pursuit, nothing happened. So that's why I at that point, I was frustrated that nothing was happening. So I said, beat them down. Because I'm not going to make the call to shoot them because I don't want to be questioned on that. But if no one's doing anything, I've got to do something, right? Because, from my perspective, if criminals hold up a cop, we always go for lethal force, unless there's
100%.
a situation where, maybe it's a bit silly, because otherwise they start doing it all the time. So I was expecting and waiting for it, but it didn't happen. And maybe I should have stepped up at that point. But again, I was I was hoping somebody else was going to do it. And yes, maybe Emma is the person we should be having this conversation with. But when I asked on the radio, Ricky was the one to respond, telling me that I was apparently the primary and I should have made that call.
I think it was because he was obviously, like you said, he thought, why aren't we shooting these guys? But we missed well, I know personally I did. I can't say for what he heard and what he didn't hear. But I missed the beginning of it. So it could have been said, generally, when anyone in a call like this, anyone says, shoot that guy down, make sure it's such and such, and they give out a description when they know exactly who it is that did it,
Yeah.
So that comm could have went out, and the fact that no one else is doing it might have been the fact that he questioned himself, like, why aren't we shooting them? But you're not going to bring that up because if someone's decided that he's primary, that they don't want to shoot, they want to do something different, we shouldn't really override that unless you're a command member. So, and I mean, Ricky's just a deputy. I don't know what DuPont is. I think she's senior. Is she or not? I'm not sure.
Is Ricky not a
but either
sergeant?
way, he's not a sergeant. No, he's just a deputy.
Oh yeah, the rank restructure. Okay.
Well, he never was a sergeant. He was senior and then dropped back to deputy.
I thought he was a sergeant. Never mind.
No, he never has been.
Okay.
So missing generally when all that information comes out, it comes out immediately, as you know, like open fire on the vehicle, open fire on the suspect or whatever. And like I said, I never heard any of that personally myself. And by the time I attached, it was just the pursuit, and then they were switching vehicles. And at no point anyone said anything about beating them down or doing anything. So I just went along with it because obviously, I come there late, so I wasn't leading it. So had I had more context, I would have been like, well, I would have actually verbalized and said, why aren't we shooting them?
Yeah. Maybe there should have been a bit more communication.
So I think that's why Ricky's upset, is because why is it on him to be questioning whether it should be shot when we had no context until like after the fact.
Well, this is the thing. I didn't expect it to be on Ricky. I was expecting whoever the prime. And again, this is at the end, leaving the hospital. I still didn't know who primary was. You know what I mean? And maybe that was part of the problem. Maybe someone should have just been like, "Okay, who's leading this?" And then that should probably happen somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morning, sorry,
Yeah, I don't think I can see both sides of it. I can see both sides of what you guys are saying, but I think you're arguing about the same thing. Essentially, I think whoever's first on scene or whoever's primary on the scene should be taking lead when they're an experienced officer. Yeah. And if not, someone should be putting their hand up. So DuPont's got more experience than probably most of us. So you would go with what they say, and typically wouldn't question it.
Okay. Do you want me to have a word with DuPont, or what do you want to do?
We can do. I don't mind being there either. I mean, if they're essentially first on scene, that's generally who takes over lead, right? So
I think I'll just. It doesn't have to be a big. I don't want to make it a big deal. I think I'll just have a call or something with DuPont and just ask her, "Hey, DuPont, were you primary on that?" And if she says no, then I'll have to be like, "Well, you probably should have been. And maybe I should have told you to be primary because you were first on scene." And then because if she says no to that, then there was no reason for her to make that call if she didn't think she was primary. But yeah, I'll try and not make it a big deal.
Yeah, I think you and Ricky are arguing over the same thing, but different sides, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see where it's coming from.
Confused as to why.
yeah, I think I do see where he's coming from, but I also want people in the shift to be able to be like, hey, this isn't like the normal thing that we do. Let me just get
Yeah.
clarification on why that's not happening. And I think
Yeah.
if one person in that call spoke up and said, why are we not shooting them? I think then the primary would have finally been chosen. The decision would have been made to shoot them, and then the whole thing would have gone as normal and as smooth as possible. Because no one did. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I think I should have made my situation a bit more clear. But yeah, I'll have a chat with
Yeah.
the opponent. But yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Wait, thank you.
All good, no worries.
I don't know about raiding this guy. I think it should just.
I see.
Hello.
Hello, Emma. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, first of all, thank you for saving my life down there and arriving on scene when you did.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Oh, you're
Ne-
welcome.
Were you the primary on that call?
The banker, like, what happened?
After I got held up, were you primary? Yeah.
I don't really quite know. Honestly, I didn't really take over because, yes, I was the first one arriving on scene when you were held up, but I was not the primary at the bank. I guess it was Remy, but Remy broke off. Like, I think it's just maybe like it was a little bit confusing because it was like a situation that ended and then restarted again, and some people broke up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think
What's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing particularly wrong. I think it's just caused some confusion in the call.
What was the issue?
Well, I don't know whether you heard over the radio, but I asked why we didn't shoot because I didn't want to, me being held up. My personal thing is I didn't want to step up and take primary and be like shoot them. I didn't want to be questioned as to whether I was doing that because I was the one who got held up or anything like that. And so I think some people assumed I was the primary. Some people assumed you were the primary because you were first on scene. And then no one really questioned why we weren't shooting them. So I think there was just a big kind of misunderstanding or confusion around the whole scene. I mean, it's not a problem in the end because we got the guy in custody. I just think there was a bit of confusion going on. I think,
would you rather have us because we did call a nub and aggression. I think the reason why I did not say to open fire or anything is because nobody was shot. Yes, you were held up. I don't know what's the procedure for that lately, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I figured you might be out of the loop. These days, if an officer gets held up with a firearm or even a weapon of any sort, it's pretty much always, unless there's a, an exception, like it's just a silly thing going on, pretty much always, if an officer gets held up, it's lethal force.
Okay, so we up all the way. All right.
Yes, yeah. I'm not
well, I will
saying
know
you
for the next
were-
time, Richard. I apologize. I was under the impression that it was all right for us to just up the aggression with the pits and whatnot. Which we
think-
did.
Yes, I think just the issue, I think it must have come about in some time when I was a marshal or something. But yeah, I think the way we do things these days is an officer, if anybody gets held up, any officer gets held up, then we shoot them. We shoot them.
That's fair. Okay, I will
Yeah.
know for the next time. My
And
apologies.
listen. I'm not necessarily saying that you should have been. I think in the grand scheme of things, yes, you
Yeah.
being first on scene would have been good for you to take primary. But I understand the confusion and everything, and I don't blame you or anything like that. I think it was a bit of a messy situation. I think maybe I should have made it clear that I'm not taking primary. DuPont, can you take it? And then that would have, solved the whole situation.
I think if it was me in your place, I would have taken over. I would have
I
handled
think
the situation
Rookie
myself.
said the same thing. I don't know. It's a difficult one because what I don't want happening, from my point of view, is either people in PD or a judge or anything being like that, being like, you escalated to lethal force because you just got held up and you were hot-headed or anything like that. That's what I don't want happening, and maybe I'm being a bit too pedantic on that. Maybe that's a bit too extreme, and I'll think about it and probably reevaluate if that's
fair.
Yeah, I'm happy to put my hands up and say that I was, maybe wrong in doing that. So,
No, I'm just trying to think back, like when things like that happens to me, I do tend to like make decision or like relay information to everybody and like
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna do that, guys. Oh
Yeah.
god, oh god, oh god, I've just turned 50.
If,
Okay, sorry, I'm in a race.
You're okay. Listen, I
but
appreciate the pun. Like I said,
you're fine.
you
You're
haven't
fine.
done
Don't worry about
anything. I
it.
was just trying to clear things up, okay? But listen, you're fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
glad to see you around, and you take it easy, okay?
Yeah, but like anytime you need to speak about these things, Richard, it's all good. And also like now that I know that it's more of a we need to be really more aggressive than that.
Yes. Yeah.
That will be something that I will make sure to keep an eye out for.
Okay. All right. Sorted then.
Yeah, no, it's okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. That's all that matters
Thank
in
you,
the end,
Emma.
in the big scheme of things.
Bro, yeah, absolutely.
And also, this guy's going to jail.
Mm.
So I
Hell
will
yeah.
write down a statement for you as well in the report in
Okay.
case he did not plead guilty or anything like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Damn. The spice. Spicy. Well, I think that went pretty well. I would love to know what Ricky was going to say that would get him fired, apparently. That'd be interesting to know, but... Might save it in here. '26. Oops. October. $20.25. So, ultimately, I think Hackman needs to make some decisions on the situation, whether you can rejoin, be primary, etc. I don't think it needs to be like a whole department-wide decision, but I think Dark will probably speak to Rose or Pred about it and be like, you know, am I right to be concerned about being primary and making those calls, you know? Or should I just fuck it and send it? Because I think if I get a decision like that, then I'll just do whatever High Command says, you know? But I don't think it needs to be like across the board, you know? If you get held up, you shouldn't be primary. Sorting up and began robbing the joint there. Stop. Back up and the alarm triggered. Spice seemed to wake up. Yeah, we haven't had Spice with another cop for a hot minute. Chase ensued. Police outside on the vehicle. Shortly after, Dark found it at the Lucky Plucker in Little. Dark saw the primary suspect, a man, black hoodie and mask. Dark called it in on radio. Entered alley and had the suspect at gunpoint. And fleeing on foot to the roof. Plucker. At this point, another suspect cash exchange where it a mag and pink sweat shirt held Dark up shotgun and forced him to put his hands up and throw. Yeah, I think speaking to department without a sergeant, I think a lot of people need to do that more. Like, not everything needs to be like a massive command situation, command report. You know, we're all humans at the end of the day. We all make mistakes, and I think maybe what Dark did was a mistake too, but we'll find out from my command if that's the case. Well, then fled on foot to the front of the parking lot. Dark lost eyes on him. Dark called it in on radio that he was held up at first on scene and initiated a pursuit. Suspect. A long chase ensued with several spots. Suspect arrested at Ginger Street after cash exchange. Cash exchange. Jamestown. Robbed. Suspects evaded police. Found them at Lucky Blocker. Held up. The suspect held officer was arrested. Yeah, it's just a case of miscommunication. It happens, so. Right, chat. Give me 2 secs. I'm gonna run to the loo and get a drink. Fucking dying of thirst here. I'll be back in a sec. There's some bangers you can jam out to. Not the jammer I thought. Not. Oh my god. Back in a sec.
Ready to check. 10-2.
I'm back, chat. Oops. Let's run to the car. Yeah. Let me eat a quick packet of crisps and then we'll. Yeah, this packet's weird. What the fuck? There was no satisfying pop. Weird. The marshmallows now. Where's it now one? Okay, so I got. Now listen. This might be a UK only thing, but they're called chipsticks. And they're like salt and vinegar flavored. They're really good. I just dropped them. Fuck. You love those? They're good. They're like little French fry things. Really good. Oh, Nova. Fuck it.
Channel tours, what's goody?
Hi, Brenda.
Good morning.
Hey, Richard, what's up?
Hey, sorry, I went to zero. Are we raiding that guy?
Oh,
No, no, no. I decided against it because it's just
Okay.
one case of moonshine. Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna be more
just
of a headache.
one?
than it's worth.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's one crate of moonshine over the limit. So you know, he probably could do, but judges, judges alike.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
No worries. Yeah. It's all
Bye-bye.
right. Thank you. All right, bye bye.
Like hot fried chips. What says Ricky? I just remember some chipsticks for lunch. What are you calling me out like that for, Jem? Doing that? Yeah, I couldn't be bothered today to make breakfast or lunch. All right.
Oh. Frank,
Yes.
did you get bitched at by Bobby yesterday or what? What's that tea?
No. He was basically. Hold on. I have a phone call.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's check the cams. So, let's see if we got any signs of Dilly anywhere. Nothing on Hydra Street. Cheese and onion sandwich? Don't hate on a cheese and onion sandwich. I had one yesterday. Don't hate on it. Don't knock it till you try it. I can't remember which one's hers. I think it's this one. Let me check. At least I can check for Jamestown robberies now. Cheese and onion sandwich. Listen, you gotta try them. Same with cheese and pickle, chat. Cheese and pickle sandwiches, man. It's good. Jim Hastings murdered? Wait, what the fuck? Deputy Brisket received a phone call from Jamal claiming that he had murdered Jim Hastings. Wait. What the fuck? What is it? What is this? My man is still missing. What the fuck? I had no idea. Oh my god. That's so God damn it. Sound 24. Oh my god, I can't type it in. It is. Oh, it is the last one. It's the last one. Poor Betty. Maybe we'll do something fun with Jim at some point. Oh, I need my car repairing.
I'm back on the radio. Was that BBM?
We bitched you out yesterday or what? What was the tea?
Oh,
In
I think it
Benidorm,
was
yeah.
about the jewelry situation.
Brandy, that you all out?
My
That was
favorite man.
Damn, you looking like
Richard
Princess
Star.
Diana
We
Okay.
should have-
after the
I
crash.
kind of do.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. But you do look like a bit like Princess D.
Yeah.
I kind of do. I
No
see it.
one
I
was
see what you're
paying
saying.
attention.
Yeah.
Left and-
Sure she rocked those glasses at some point. She was a cool mom.
What are you talking about, Kapolsky?
Not you.
Not you.
Got a phone call from Roselle yesterday because I told him to call me.
I'll fuck you
And then by
up.
the time I was done doing my things, I called them and I got no answer.
Do you speak to
Never
Brian
mind, I
about it?
won't do shit. You fucking freak.
I told Brian, and then Brian was like, make sure there's a head from BCSO because it's like BCSO's case and not really like archivist. So it's like we're thinking it's, not the archivist in that. So then there was this whole drama. Oh my god, come here. It was actually crazy.
Oh, I love drama.
So I asked Espinoz, because I have a wiretap. I asked Espinoz to put in the thingy because I thought that's how V Gray did it for me last time. I needed like the updated records for the last couple days for the archivist.
Yeah.
And he did it, and apparently Falconer got mad. He like removed the message and then told Brian, and then Brian shoot out Espinoz. And apparently that channel's not secure, so we can't use that in regards to the archivist.
For what?
For the archivist, for requesting anything archivist related, apparently. It's not secure.
Oh, wait, so
Yeah.
Espinoz requested updated records in the... What channel was it?
The High Command DOJ one. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think honestly,
no one
if,
told
like
me
a
that.
phone call or like meeting up with a judge probably would have been best, but like, it's not. I don't think it's that big of a deal if it got caught.
That's
though.
the thing is that I was under the impression that V Gray before was doing it through that channel. Like he never told me he was emailing a judge. Is apparently
He
what
probably was.
Are y'all? Can I talk to you for a minute, Dark, after you're done
Yes,
talking
yes,
about
yes, yeah, we'll
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
chat.
whatever? Okay.
And then Espinoz and Falconer went at it, I think. And then I got the TLDR from Espinoz. It just doesn't make sense because
What was
we have the
Falconer mad about?
encrypted. Well, Falconer was mad. Espinoz was mad at Falconer that Falconer didn't go to him and went to Brian. And then,
Oh, what the fuck?
we have the encrypted MTT thing. Why can't we encrypt that channel? I don't understand. I asked the marshal and he was like, no, we can't do that. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, there's drama with that. I'm not even gonna bother anymore with requesting the subpoenas or the
Why?
records. I mean,
Just
I don't know
call the
what to
judge.
do. I only know one judge and it's Falconer and he never answers.
You know what you should do instead? Just at judge. I need to speak to a judge in town
Okay.
ASAP. And then
Oh
the
my
judge
God,
comes
Frost
around.
needs to put in his fucking statement.
Shocker, the sheriff not doing his job. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think you say, hey, judge, I need a judge.
And to
I need to speak to a
watch.
judge ASAP, please. A judge comes around, you say, hey, I've got this thing. Remy, I swear to God.
Oh,
Anyway,
Yeah, I see what you're
heck of
saying.
Remy.
But other than that, nothing
Yeah,
really.
nothing else. So
Did you hear about Barry Island?
yes, I was informed by Deja. Yeah.
Yeah, Snoopy puts up cameras every time he wakes up. I don't really know how to do that for him to get it up now. He wakes up later.
What do you mean you don't need to do that? You
I
don't have
don't
to
know
use
how to
cameras.
Not the like PD ones. I've never done that.
Go try it. They're pretty easy.
I don't wanna go to Barry Island.
Why?
It's too cold to get in a boat and go over.
Get someone to take you in there warm.
True. But there's that. I don't know. We really need to speak with Rizal. But it's like
Yeah.
the marshals are. When I called Brian, he was very like, this is like. He was basically saying, you know, we can help, but it's like the BCSO's case or whatever, and to find like a primary and secondary over there. I told them that. I don't know if they're that.
Oh,
It also sucks that it probably would have been Maeve or Bean, and they're away for the weekend, and I think
They
Monday
are.
too. Yeah, they've been away. I think they come back either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Where are they? Wait, Frost is around right now. You can call him.
I
Get
don't
a
know.
statement.
Yeah.
You sound deflated, Brandon. What's going on?
Oh, he's on the I just woke up. He's on the phone with
Oh,
someone.
okay. All right. Well, give me a shout if you need any help. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Doggies no.
Thanks, Remy. Alone. All right, man. What's going on?
I just wanted to apologize, not for what I said, but for how I said it. I do feel like maybe I was a little bit hated in the moment. So I just wanted to apologize
It's
for
okay, mate. Listen,
my tone.
It's okay. We're all human at the end of the day. You know, I'm holding my hands up and saying I might have been wrong in this situation. I think there was a lot of miscommunications. I spoke to DuPont, and she was just a bit confused because it was the cash exchange continuing, and she didn't know whether she was supposed to take primary or not. But listen, I think it was just a lot of confusion going on. I could have done more to make things clear for people. You know, it's just the whole thing. It doesn't have to be a big deal. We're good. There's no stress. You know, water under the bridge.
I do think Davenport kind of opened my eyes a little, and in the future, like, you know, I was thinking a little backwards and thinking like, you know, it's not serious until it's said that it's serious, when I should be thinking it's serious until it's said that it's no. You know,
I think that's
kind of
a
like
good shit. Yeah.
I had a backwards line of thinking where it's like, shoot these people, and if there's a problem with it, Dark will say that they're like, you know, that maybe we shouldn't shoot them.
Yeah. And just, I didn't know this, Ricky.
But
I was stuck at the
I didn't think I
Davenport.
could make that call.
I was looking at I thought you were a sergeant, I'll be honest. I literally, and then Davenport told me you've never been a sergeant.
That is true.
But listen, I've always seen you as a sergeant because you act like one. So I think maybe that's why I was like confused on, you know, the whole you not stepping up and things like that. And yeah, I think, listen, you know what you're doing, Ricky, and if there's, you know, out of most people on duty, I trust you to make the right call on things. So we don't need to make this a big thing. It's water under the bridge, mate.
Yeah.
Let's just keep moving on, you know?
Yeah, I think the reason, like you said I kind of act like one, but when I talked about like a PRT call versus a primary call, like I kind of do believe in that. Like as PRT, we're trained in hot pursuits to make calls, not as the primary on the scene, but the primary of the pursuit. And I kind of, you know, take that teaching. Well, it's kind of like, let's put it into this perspective, right? Let's say Nova is at a drug call, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, she's got the drone photos, she's got all that. Obviously, she's the primary of that call, right? But then she's going to be in a premiere in the pursuit, hardly even seeing what's happening in the actual pursuit, you know?
True,
like, we're going to be
yeah.
calling out that there's interference. We're going to be seeing how fast they pit, all this stuff. So then, as primary in the pursuit, like you're seeing what's happening, right? It can be hard as a in a slower car, really knowing what's going on up there, right? Like you hear it, but unless you really see it, it can be kind of hard to make those calls,
I
right?
always tell the primary to make the call because I'm always like trying to spike and shit like that. I don't know when it's a good time, you know. I don't know how they're driving.
So as PRT, like I will still ask, you know, most of the time primary for the call, like, hey, you know, I think we should approve PBS or can PBS be open, you know, this and that. But you know, calling things like swaps, blocks, like all that stuff, like that's what we're taught as PRT to kind of lead in a pursuit. Like we're told to, you know, do those
It's
things.
good though, yeah. I think it's important.
And kind of like ask, you know, I do think it should be still cleared with like primary of the call.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, let's say you're not the prime of the call, but you're prime of the pursuit, and you're like, okay, let's call PBS, and then the primary of the call is like, no. Then who
it would be primary of the call.
Okay,
it would be primary of the call.
That makes sense.
But I in that situation, like I was thinking, the call is not being made to shoot these guys, right? So I'm thinking as a pursuit guy, like, okay, like I don't know why we're not shooting these guys, but we're not shooting these guys.
Yeah.
So I'm at least saying we should be getting aggressive in the pursuit with these guys. Like if we're
100%.
not shooting them at the bare minimum, we're getting really aggressive. That has to be like, I don't know why we're not shooting them, but I'm not pursuing these guys without like aggressiveness if we're not shooting them, you know, like that's at least got to be the minimum. But you know, like I said, I didn't know why we weren't shooting them. I didn't think it was my call to make. I literally rushed from here. Like when the initial call was made, I got my interceptor full sent it, you know, westbound straight towards Little Salt.
Yeah. I think I get it now. You were making that call as PLT, not as anything else. I get it.
Yes, and I was just on it like, okay, we're not shooting these guys. We at least need to get aggressive in this pursuit. Like I
would have done the same thing. Yeah, 100%. Okay.
I'm not good with shooting calls. I'll be honest. Like I'm not like making the shooting call, but like I can't lead shootouts or stuff like that, or at least I haven't really. So you know,
I'm not
that's
that
not
good
my
either, to be honest. So
that's not my thing. But you know, I would make the call to open fire if that was my call, but I didn't think I was primary because DuPont was already there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I understand. Yeah, it was a big confusion, miscommunication. One thing that wasn't was when we were all staged up in the tunnel and Abdul and Toby was still off in La La Land. What's that about?
I don't know. I don't know. Toby's been. I've been keeping my eye on him. Obviously, there's not much I can really do about it because I'm just a deputy. But
he's a good
he's a PPO. He's a PPO. I mean, I guess there is like something I could do about it. Yeah, but I've just been keeping my eye on him because, like, even the other day they needed units, and he was running the Buffalo trial as practice in his Taurus.